What up, though? Oxford English Dictionary. Black American. A native or inhabitant of the United States who was black, an African American, of or relating to or designating black Americans from 1818. Also from 1818, black Americans are practically and politically slaves. 1892. Mr. Frederick Douglass, who was a mulatto, had for his first wife a black American lady of full unmixed blood. Black American lady of full unmixed blood seems to mean indigenous. Oxford English Dictionary. Black. On formal grounds, the word could be from a base related to the Germanic basis of blank and the various forms discussed as blick. But since this would give an expected meaning, shining white, there is an obvious semantic difficulty. Many have sought to resolve this by hypothesizing that the word meaning black originated as a past participle with the meaning burnt, blackened, of a verb meaning to burn brightly. Derived from this base, this verb may perhaps be reflected by Middle Dutch blacken, to flame, to burn. It is likely that the various different meanings documented in Old Icelandic, probably pale, yellowy brown, dark brown, and gray, chiefly in describing the color of animals, show semantic developments unrelated to that shown by the English word. Comparative evidence indicates that swart shows the reflex of the more usual color term for black in early Germanic, as still in Old English, which has gradually been replaced by black in this basic meaning in English. We're talking about the word black here. In Old English, of the darkest color possible, that of soot, coal. From a scientific perspective, the quality of being black is due to the absence or absorption of all the wavelengths of light occurring in the visible spectrum. From a scientific perspective, the quality of being black is due to the absence or absorption of all the wavelengths of light occurring in the visible spectrum. Also from Old English, of a very dark color, especially a shade of red, brown, or purple, closely approaching black. We've heard many times about the red man of America. I am brown. A lot of you are a shade of brown or purple, which is also similar to olive. Of a very dark color, especially a shade of red, brown, or purple, closely approaching black. From 1671, all black wines or deep red are of thicker substance. All black wines or deep red are of a thicker substance. From 2000, the soil in the vineyards on the terraced cliffs is brick red, and the vines produce a grape which is made into a thick black gluttonous wine. From 1894, you black swarthy villain of a Smith. From 1652, about, of, or relating to black people, their history, politics, culture, etc., of an area or place predominantly inhabited or frequented by black people. Oxford English Dictionary. We've went over Black American. We've went over black. And now Oxford English Dictionary, American. It says from 1568, an indigenous inhabitant of any part of the Americas, now only with modifying word as indigenous American, original American. It says from 1578, they are naturally born children of the same color and complexion as all the Americans are, which dwell under the equinoctial line. 1633, her attire was of diverse colored feathers, which show her to be an American. 1841, beauty among the women of the Aboriginal Americans is not uncommon. From 1648, originally a native or inhabitant of America, especially of the British colonies in North America, of European descent, now historical, now chiefly a native or citizen of the United States. 1787, that was, says 1648. This is 1787. The variety of English used in the United States, American English. 1889. The American I have heard up to the present is a tongue as distinct from English as Patagonian. 1611, of relating to or designating the indigenous inhabitants of any part of the Americas, of relating to or designating American Indians, now chiefly with modifying word as early, original, indigenous, etc. 1678, designating animals and plants native to or originating in America. 1678, the American ostrich, somewhat less than the African. Their legs are long, the lower about a foot and a half. 1763, Mr. Catesby, in his Natural History of Carolina, calls this the American bison in Carolina, and says it is the only species of the wild cow kind known in North America. American Indian, 1650, a member of one of the indigenous peoples of the Americas, especially one of the peoples inhabiting land in what is now the continental United States. 1772, American olive, more fully American olive tree, the devilwood. Black American from 1818, a native or inhabitant of the United States who is black, an African American relating to or designating Black Americans. American African, American African, 1826, an American of Black African origin or descent, an African American. Do the right thing.